today in this video we're going to talk about the don'ts in Madagascar. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you very much for clicking on this video. And yeah, so now you're ready to go to Madagascar. You have everything ready, your suitcase, your anti-malaria tablets with you, everything. Even though Madagascar is a very welcoming country, it's a place where you can go and relax and you kind of feel like freedom. The wildlife, the beaches, all that. There's still things you need to know about Madagascar. Of course, like any countries, you have things that is cultural, things that you can do in countries and you cannot do in other countries. It's normal if you don't know it, but today this video is made for you to know it. So in Madagascar, they have something that is called fady. I think English speakers would say fady, but they do say fady. So fady is a local taboo. If you go to Madagascar, there's like 22 regions and they all have different taboo. They have different fady. So you have to make sure that you have someone with you, or you are not going to do anything you want without consulting someone.
Ah
oui. Les gars, si vous mangez pas de porc, vous pouvez rentrer dans le lac. Si vous mangez du porc,
Est-ce que si on n'a pas mangé aujourd'hui, c'est genre t'as jamais mangé?
The fady of a particular region may prohibit eating pork. Some places you cannot bathe in a lake, or in other places you cannot just eat anything you want before bathing on that lake. So you have to be careful. Madagascar is not a place where you go and just go on a solo travel and get lost and do whatever you want. This is not this type of country. I'm the type of person that goes to a country and I like to go for a tour with a tour guide, but I really like to go by myself and just discover by myself. But I think Madagascar is the exception of the rule. You cannot just do whatever you want. Make sure you have someone. Make sure you had enough information before doing anything. It's very important for Malagasy people to know that you, as a foreigner, you're trying to do your best to respect their laws. People in Madagascar like to say hello. They do say hello to everyone. If they see on the street, they do say salama, manaona tupko. It's really important. So the tupko. I'm not really good Malagasy speaker, but I do understand Malagasy because my parents are from Madagascar and I've heard it all my life.
est-ce qu'il y a jacuzzi quelque part? C'est jacuzzi,
Hein?
jacuzzi.
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 It's really important that you use the word tumko if you want to be polite, especially for people that you don't know. You will hear that. You're not supposed to know all that, but let's say you want to say hello to someone that you don't know, you should say manaona tumko. The tumko is really important because it shows respect to either a lady or a gentleman. It shows respect and it shows that you're polite. In Madagascar, they really respect older people. Comparing to other cultures, for example, if you go to a family dinner or you go to some places, they do tend in Madagascar to serve the older people first and then the children. Whereas in other countries or other cultures, they want to serve first the children and then the older people. So respect the elders. And so if you go to Madagascar and you're not Malagasy, you will certainly be called Vaza. They do call Vaza everyone that is stranger. You know, if you are a foreigner in Madagascar, they do call you Vaza. So don't be offended if people stare at you or if people wave at you all the time, even if they don't know you, because this is the way they are in Madagascar. Most Malagasy stare at people who look different. And that is not only in Madagascar, even in China. I used to live in China and it was the same. Every time I was somewhere, they could see that I was not Chinese. They would stare at me. So in Madagascar, it's the same. If you are not from Madagascar or you look different, they will stare at you. So don't be offended by this. Don't ignore the photo etiquette, which means it's not because they're all smiley people, they're all so nice and welcoming that you can just take pictures of everyone. They are not animals, they are not objects, they are human beings. Ask them if they're okay to take a picture, but just don't take pictures of everyone. Don't forget to bring cash. I did say that in my last video, but I'm going to say it again. Don't forget to bring cash. If you go to Madagascar, you cannot expect to just take some cash from the ATM anywhere, because there's no ATMs. I mean, there are ATMs, but it's not everywhere. So bring your cash with you, and yes, don't hesitate to have someone that can just discuss exchange rate. Don't be too generous. It's crazy, but I know the feeling. Everybody's the same. When you go to Madagascar, you have a lot of poor people, especially if you go to the capital in Antananarivo. You have beggars everywhere, kids begging for money, begging for anything. It's really hard to just give everything to everyone. So you can be generous if you want to, but just don't be too generous, because sometimes you do have some people that send their kids to beg, and then someone else at the back come and just pickpocket, you know. You have to be careful. Never take your eyes off your luggages. You have to always, even when you just arrive at the airport, keep your eyes on your luggages. It's prevention. I'm not saying things might have changed, I don't know, but every time I went to Madagascar with my parents, they were always like, keep your eyes on it, keep your eyes on it. It's not good to point a tomb with your finger. So they would do, you know, they can point, they don't point with their finger, but they would probably have their hand, or just talk about it, just show it, but without pointing with your finger. It's again, it's a taboo. It's faddy, it's not good. It's really important for Malagasy people to respect the ancestors. So pointing a tomb or taking pictures of a tomb is not good. So don't do that. So don't visit remote areas without a tour guide. Again, I did say that earlier, but you cannot go to places by yourself. If you go to a national park, you cannot go by yourself without having a tour guide with you, or without hiring a tour guide. Anyway, they always have a tour guide in the national parks, so you have to hire them. You cannot discuss the fact that you want to be alone or just want to explore by yourself. Anyway, why would you want to go by yourself? You need to have someone telling you the stories. We've been to a national park in the south, which is called Isalu, and we heard people speaking Italian, we heard people speaking English. So tour guides in Madagascar, they can speak different languages. So don't forget to try the national dish, which is called rumazava. Rumazava is made either with chicken, with pork, with beef. It depends on how people like it, and depends where you go, the region, how they like it to be. You can either have it with meat or without meat. There's so many things. Anyway, don't limit yourself to one dish or to whatever you know. Open your mind and you will not be disappointed. So in Madagascar, they have fauna and flora, which is unique in the world, but it's not possible for you to take a plant or an animal or some food with you out of Madagascar. So don't do that, because it's illegal. I told you so many things to not do in Madagascar, but at the end, really, if you make any mistake, if you do stuff that is not meant to be done, so you can just say AZAFADY. AZAFADY means sorry, I'm sorry. So just say AZAFADY if you do something that is not quite good. Anyway, people will understand. We know that it's a difference of culture. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I really hope that you've learned something. If you want to add anything that I probably forgot, don't forget to leave a comment down below, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Follow me on Instagram. This is my Instagram, and if you have any questions, ask me any questions about Madagascar and I'll be happy to make a video about it. Yeah, until the next time, I'm telling you, Veluma, goodbye!